Women like partying. They like stimulation. They like getting fucked. They like hot, attractive men. They like they're the same as you, bro. Like when you're jerking off to like fucking that hot ass porn chick while she's fucking menaging with the other hot ass porn chick, and you want to be in that. Like you look like a nice guy. You look like a nice guy, but you guys masturbate to like not that attractive women that are shy. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, because you're nice, right? Well, it's the same thing with girls, dude. Like, they want cool, hot, fun guys, too. So, so the thing being, a lot of guys, they're like gentlemen, and then they go and they try to pull that shit on these fucking hot women, and they're just floored. And the problem is, those same hot women are going to tell those guys that they want the fucking gentleman. And this is like the next big thing in the pickup community, because you ask a girl, what kind of guy do you want? Well, what she's going to do most of the time, some women are very self-aware, don't get me wrong. But most women or men or women, are not that self-aware. So given that most men or women are not that self-aware, she's probably going to do something like this. She's going to imagine like the most intimidatingly attractive fucking man ever, okay? Not this, okay? When the average like hot woman is like what kind of guy, how do you want a guy to act? And want to be? She's not like, I want a balding ginger, like, he's 5'9", like that's not what she's saying, dude. Okay, that's not in her head. Okay, so when she's thinking of that, she's thinking of like, Brad Pitt or some shit, and then it's like, how could Brad Pitt, who if I saw him, I'd just start crying and freaking out. Like if I saw him, I would start shaking and crying. Okay, like this. What could he do or say to me to make me stop shaking and crying? And that's going to be her answer of how you should meet women. So it's like, just be really nice. Be a gentleman, right? It's like, because if she's like, like this, right? And then Brad's just like, hi, here's a flower. And she's like, right? And then it's like, right? And then he's like, you're really nice. Can I take you for a $200 dinner? Right? And then it's like, why did you pick me, Brad? And it's like, look, I know you don't believe I'd pick you because every woman in the entire city wants to fuck me. But look at this. If I'm spending $600 on dinner, clearly I must think you're hot. So you don't have to feel like another little groupie that I'm manipulating. I actually like you for you. And even as she's fucking, she's like, like that, right? And then it's like, what would it take for him to fuck her, okay? That is what she's telling you. So that's a lot of mainstream advice. That's a shitload of mainstream advice, okay? She's not going to say like, actually, the guy that I stay with is not necessarily the man who is my best choice. Actually, a lot of the time, I go for the fucking wrong man. I choose the wrong man for me because I have success barriers just like a lot of men do and like a lot of people do, and I don't always make the right choices. I have fucking low self-esteem, and if a guy treats me like fucking dirt, the same way that my dad who left my mom did, I see the same pattern of a shitty man that my fucking dad presented to me, which was basically leave my mom and ignore me my whole life. And now that you look like my model of a man that I got from my father, I'm in love with you. Okay? Because you mocked me in front of my friends, made out with me, and then made out with my friend to make me jealous, I'm in love with you now. I'm not saying that's every woman, but see, what's funny is like, there's a couple of girls in the audience, right? See, if I ask you, like, a couple of girls, right? If I ask you guys, like, is that you? You're gonna be like, fuck no. You know what I'm saying? Fuck no. But if I say, is that any of your friends? Oh, see, right? So there's other bitches. You know what I'm saying, right? So, right? But that's the thing. Like, I don't think I probably never met a girl who would be like that's totally me. Like the odd girl might be a good sport about it. Like, yeah, that is me, the odd girl. But most girls, like, there's no fucking way. But if you ask them, like, do you have any friends that fall into that pattern? They're going to be like, oh, fuck yeah, Jenny does that shit, Susie does that shit, Michelle does that shit. I'm not saying that's like, I'm not telling you that's like the be all end all of like what I'm teaching. Like, RSD teaches you how to act like the absentee abusive father. But I'm just making the point that you wouldn't read that in a mainstream magazine. Like you wouldn't see something like that in a mainstream magazine. And so that's not understood, right? Another example, this is like a small subsect of women, okay? Like small subsect of women. Certain women just like guys that are like fucking assholes, okay? Now it's funny, That's not all women. Like, a lot of guys feel like you got to be an asshole. It's like, no, you don't, dude. Like, no, you don't. But is there like maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10% of women, some of who are very attractive, who just like a fucking dickhead? Like, if you're just a fucking dick, they will almost instantly sleep with you just because you're a fucking dick and will get off on it. Like, get off on shit like that. And like, if you want them to call you back, sleep with them, bring them back to the bar and pull another girl right in front of them. And you do this and they're like texting, like blowing up your fucking texts. Like, I want to play with you more, baby. Come back, baby. Oh my God, dude. Like, just come play with me, baby. Like all this kind of shit, you know? Like, fuck that girl, just come see me, right? Meanwhile, if you had been like, sleep with her and you're like, let me be your friend now. We had a nice intimate experience together. This was really nice. We bonded. She's like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. You're a fucking scrub. Blah. Another guy trying to fucking be my boyfriend. Disgusting. Gross. You know, and literally, like, I've had that. Like, I've had it where, like, girls, like, just straight up, like, girls have you know, they've been up on me. And, like, you know, like, here's an example. I should even send this video to the girl. I think I might even have her number. Okay, like, I mean, you know, so, no, I won't. Okay, so, you know, it's like, I'm up on her, and she's like, she's looking at me, right? And she's like, fuck you, you're a fucking loser, you're losing your hair, you're disgusting, you think you can fuck me, gross, like all the shit, right? And I'm not really sure how to take it. So I always figure like in situations like that, just say very present, and like whatever hell response she's looking for, probably just by saying present, like looking in her eyes unfazed is like a good response. So I'm just like, you know, just like look at her in the fucking eyes. You know, right? And so she goes and, you know, so she'll go in to kiss me, and normally that's my sign to be aggressive and kiss, right? But she's going to kiss me, I'll go in to kiss her and she'll pull back, right? So she did this like 2-3 times. So I'm like, okay, there's a pattern here. What's the pattern? The pattern is she likes guys that can kind of hold their ground, if that makes any sense, because it's like some like subliminal like emotional shit going on here, right? Because it's like, you know when a girl goes in to kiss you, you kind of feel like that need to get it. You know, it's just human nature, right? It's like you kind of want it. So what she wants to see is like that you can be indifferent. Like you could say ice. You could say ice. Like the pimps, they call that icy, right? So finally, like she'll keep coming in and I'll just hold my ground and then she'll start to kiss me. And then she just does that a bunch of times. And then and this was like maybe a 35, 40-minute pickup max. And then I was just like, follow me. And I just drag her by the hand. She's with her boss. Her boss is a girl. And my buddy Zach handled the obese boss, and oh man, so you know, and then that's you know, that was it, and yeah, it was a cool experience. Well, why did she, you know, I mean, why is she gonna sleep with somebody after 35 minutes just because he's a dickhead? And then even on the way back, she's like, "You're an asshole, aren't you?" And I was like, "Bitch, I'm not a fucking asshole. Shut your fucking bitch mouth," right? And she's like, you know, and then I'm just like, wait here. And then I just ditched her. And, you know, and because I know she loves it. She loves it. And went and made out with other girls in front of her. And she's like, oh my God, all this kind of shit. And then she's fucking hitting me up the next morning. And she's like texting me, and I like let her come to my house at like 7 a.m. I fucked her some more. And then I kicked her ass out. And then she fucking texted me more and more. Well, why? Because I'm not saying that's all women, but if you're gonna say that there's not some hot women that are like that, you're out of your fucking mind. Certain girls get off on shit like that. There's just certain shit that women get off on that you may never understand. As a man, most men, pretty simple creatures, kind of pathetically simple if we want to be honest. Like, most guys just like, if I'm anywhere in my, like, because guys will hear about this shit and they're like, I don't like what I'm hearing about this, right? Why? Because as a man, you're like, if I'm in my sweet spot of chill, happy, pumped up or aggressive, or busting a nut. If you're basically in anywhere in that spectrum of emotion, you're happy. If you could pay like a $500,000 down payment plan to just feel like that for the rest of your fucking life, you take the mortgage out. And just, some of you guys are like, I'm not sure if I would, but you would. And you're like, and you would just take the mortgage out, and the rest of it, you just like chill, like happy, like, amped up, fuck yeah! And then busting up, and that'd be your whole fucking life. And you'd go to your grave, you're like, that was fucking amazing. That was fucking awesome. That's your life, and it'd be awesome, right? But that's not necessarily women, right? So you impose that on a woman, you think girls are like that. That's not necessarily the case. See, women, they have a wider array of emotions that they can feel. That's why, like, we watch a movie like The Time Traveler's Wife. You guys ever seen this? Probably not, because guys don't watch that shit. But I watched it on the airplane. And, you know, and like, if you look at it, I watched it at home, okay? My mom. So, like, you know, I watched that shit, and it's like, this whole movie is like this guy and this girl, and they're like so in love, but like every time they're just about to get intimate, he fucking time travels, right? And then she loses him, and she's devastated for like several months. She's like, right? And just when she can't take it anymore, he comes back, and they're like, oh my God, I love you, you're my soulmate, oh my God, right? And then, right when it's like super fucking on, and everything's fucking perfect, he gets fucking time traveled away, and it's not his fault because he's so in love with her, but for some reason, she is getting time traveled away. They're getting time traveled away from each other, and it's not their fault. This movie is so amazing. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. You guys are like, what the fuck is wrong, you bitches? Why are you watching this? Turn this shit off, you know? She's like, it's good. It's good. You don't understand. He loves her. That's right. It's like, he loves her. You know, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know? Right? So you cannot profess to understand what is going on in a woman's head. You don't know what the fuck is in her head. You have no idea, man. You have no idea. Try going up to like 20 girls and just saying like, hey, me and my friend want to take you home tonight. And just watch your reaction. Now you guys are like, I don't like where this is going. I don't share, right? I understand. Here's interesting. You would expect that most women are like, disgusting, what the fuck is that? Most girls are not going to do it if you just say that, but they're not disgusted either. You guys see what I'm saying? They're not usually disgusted. They're kind of like, yeah? You know what I'm saying, right? Let's talk girl on girl, okay? And I'm looking at you two girls. I'm not gonna ask you if you've done it, but how about any of your bitch friends? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those bitches, sluts, right? And right? So, I mean, it's the same thing, right? It's like, you go ask a girl, do an experiment for the next 6 months. Like, you know, have you ever kissed a girl before? A girl's like, yeah, I kissed a girl before. Okay, cool. If you ever had to hook up with one of your friends, who'd it be? Oh, yeah, I'd hook up with Sarah. She's so cool. She's a fucking badass. She's cool, right? You say that. Then you say, well, yeah, have you ever fooled around with a girl before? Like, I don't know. You ever had, like, you know, like threesome or something? It's like, I don't know how to answer that. Is he going to think I'm a fucking slut, or is he going to think I'm a fucking boring square? I don't know what the right answer is. So what do? You make it look like it's fucking cool. And what answer do you get? Yeah, I've done that. But I was in Vegas. It's in Miami. It doesn't count. It's Miami, right? And it's true. I agree. It doesn't count in Miami or Austin or anywhere. But the thing is, like you didn't see that shit coming. You had no idea. You had no idea. And what's crazy too, you dig deeper on that shit, and like a lot of girls said no. You dig deeper, and then you make it look like they'll be judged as bad for not doing it, and then suddenly a lot of girls are like, well, no, I have. Yeah, I've done that like 6 times. And you're like, holy shit. You know, but you had to dig, right? You had to dig that out. And they think it like wasn't a threesome. It was just like some shit that happened, but it wasn't a threesome because like they can't remember it because their brain wiped it out because it's not in alignment with their self-image of what other men expect from them. Why do women do this? Why do women not tell you this shit? Because of you fuckers. You are all the ones who ruined it all for everybody. All of you. You want to know why? Because men ruin sex for themselves. We all ruined it for ourselves. Here's why. Because guys are like this. Like, guys are like, I want to get laid. I want to get laid whenever the fuck I want. And I want my girlfriend to be a fucking vixen in bed and to fucking come and to fucking squirt and to fuck her friends with me. And I want her to be fucking sexy and fuck all day long and just be a fucking slut, right? And then the girl's like, okay. But then it's like, where would she learn to do something like that, bro? Where does that happen? Well, you know, I want her to have only had sex with like 2 other guys before me, and they're very nice. They're not too good looking, because then I'd feel jealous and inferior. They're not so scrubby that I'd feel like I have a girl with low standards. I just want it in this nice range where I feel comfortable. She's never had sex out of condom except until me. And, you know, and if I find out otherwise, I'm going to be very, very mad. Very mad, right? And that's men. Now, the reason why this exists is to create a narrative for beta males, okay? Beta males need a narrative not to go fucking insane. Let's think about Hooters. What do? They get videos of like a couple fucking fat old guys, and they're like, come to fucking Hooters, right? Like, look at this shit. You can get some fucking chicken wings, some beer, and some hot-ass bitches to give you attention, right? And literally, in your mind, you're sitting there with your buddy, you're just like a complete beta male, the epitome of mediocrity, and some young girls who are paid to be there, dressed with their tits popped out, are smiling at you. And you're like, fuck yeah, pays to be mediocre. Look at this shit, right? And you're fed a beta male narrative. Well, the woman thing is the same thing, right? Now look at it from a woman's perspective. Okay, so you're a girl, right? You're in your peak. Say you're like, I don't know, let's say you're 22, right? And by the way, I don't think a woman's peak needs to be 22, but I think that if a woman doesn't take care of herself, her peak will probably wind up being 22. You know, just like a man, right? I mean, it's just like a man, you know? It's like, you know, if a guy doesn't take care of himself, his peak will probably be like 28, you know, but if you take care of yourself, then you keep peaking, right? Same thing with a woman, right? So a girl can like fill her body with as much beer and fucking trash and drugs and whatever the fuck she wants. And at age 22, she's gonna look fucking smoking. Little does she know what's gonna happen, right? She can sit out there eating the fucking street meat hot dog. Hey, want your fucking hot dog? Want your fucking hot dog? Hot dog? You know, and it's like, she thinks she can eat that shit because she's 22. She'll gorge down that fucking hot dog, and she'll go to fucking Denny's and gorge down the fucking Slam Bam, whatever the fuck it is, and all shit. And she's like, fuck that, right? And I know, because like me and my buddy Michael, we'll be like out in Vegas. Michael's like 35. Or no, he's probably like coming up on 36. I'm coming up on 34, right? And we'll be out like pulling a couple like 22-year-olds, and they're like, we want pizza and beer, right? And then me and Mike like, well, yeah, we'll take like, you know, the steak and eggs, like some sliced tomatoes, some broccoli, right? And they're like fucking just shoving down their fucking pizza and beer. And we're just looking at this, right? And we're like, well, we're gonna fuck you later, so go for it. We don't really care. But you know, we're just laughing. And you know, and you know, and they're like, why aren't you drinking pizza and beer, right? And we're like, cause no, you know, right? And they're like, you guys are dumb. Like, I love that. Like, you guys are dumb. Me and Mike are like, yeah, we're dumb, right? So, and the thing is, like, what they don't even realize is, like, if we were drinking pizza and beer, we would be the fat, old, disgusting 35-year-olds, and you wouldn't be getting ready to fuck us while being pulled. Like, do you see? Like, if we were doing what you're doing, you would be here with somebody else. You're dumb. It's like, all right, cool. Right? So, anyway, getting back to it, but that 22-year-old, she doesn't know better, okay? Because we can laugh at her for that behavior, but she doesn't know any better. No different than you knew any better when you're being the gentleman, you know, when you're first learning game, right? You didn't know better, so she's just going with what she has. The 22-year-old who's, you know, 22-year-old girl who's indulging that behavior, she doesn't know any better, right? She never had somebody give her direction. She had somebody give her a direction, and she still chose to do that. That's different, but most girls don't have that. So she can go and fuck really attractive men. You know, she can go fuck really attractive men while she's younger. And those guys, what happens when a girl is young and attractive? Even the most player fucking dickhead dude will crumble at her feet like a little bitch, okay? Like a little bitch. Girls like this have had many proposals, fucking guys crumbling at their fucking feet, even guys that are fucking tons of girls, because for a 10, they crumble at her fucking feet. But what happens when that girl starts to hit 27, 28, 29? She didn't know better than to take care of herself. She didn't know. Well, now she's gonna have to settle down with a beta male. She's tasted the fruit of the hot guy when she's younger, but now she's going to stop the behavior of doing menages and partying with hot guys, and she's going to settle down. And she's not gonna settle down with that guy that she fucked when she's 22, because he's not gonna settle down with her, unless it's the older version of that guy who also fucked up. So she has to have some kind of narrative for him that says, I didn't fuck hot guys, I didn't do threesomes, I didn't go party, I didn't take drugs, I didn't have fun, I was in the library. All that time, I was in the fucking library. And the reason why she has to have that narrative is because if she fails to give that narrative, what the fuck is that guy gonna do? What is Stan, the mediocre guy, okay? What is Stan, Mr. Average, gonna do when he finds out that his girl fucked like 50 guys, did all this crazy shit when he's fucked 4 girls? What's he gonna do? What do you think? Slut. How did you do that? Do you respect yourself? Do you have any self-respect? Ugh, slut, whore, lack of self-respect. He's gonna do that because here's the thing. Stan has 2 choices. He can do number 1. He can say, hey, you know what? I'm just lucky this girl's with me at all. I'm fucking Stan. Holy shit. Thank you. Okay? He can do that, right? He can shut the fuck up and do that. And he can say, you know what? I just never was that guy. I'm just lucky I have her, and I ain't shit. I ain't shit. Okay? He can make that decision. Or he can diminish her, he can cut her down and make her feel like shit about her doing exactly what he would have done. Except here's what's funny. She didn't do exactly what he would have done. Because you know what fucking Stan would have done, given her abilities and power and social clout? Stan would have fucked 9,000 fucking chicks. Stan would have been lining up girls in a fucking row, like in obstacle courses, okay? And he would have been taking advantage of every last bit of power that he had. Stan would have fucked half the goddamn city. He would have fucked everything. But meanwhile, because he can't, he's like, slut, whore, no values, no self-respect. You know, right? And that's what fucking Stan's doing. So what does that girl gotta do? So she's actually not gonna fuck that many guys because she's gonna have that super fucking power for half a decade to a decade. And even then she's gonna have a lot of power even after that. But she's gonna have like power unlike which any of us will ever know or experience ever. Even you, the pickup guy, doesn't have power. No, okay? Even Tyler from RSD and Todd don't have as much power as no. No, okay? Like, okay. Your power. Tyler and Todd's power. Hot girl's fucking power, okay? Like, 0 years in the game. 10 years in the game. 19-year-old with fake tits, okay? No. Really? Really, okay? No way, okay? Now, we can have that kind of power in a social circle. That's where you can flip it, okay? That's where you can flip it, because within a social circle, you're the fucking cool badass, and you've got tons of hot female friends, and they're all going, oh, wait, Todd, hi, oh my God, right? And all the girls singing this, that's the popular guy, right? And now you've got way more power. Even you have more power than the hot girl, and they'll fight for you. But if you're just like the random, no, you know? Even when you're that cool badass guy, the hot girl is still a hot girl. So the girls create the narrative, okay? That's the narrative that they create so that their future beta male husband doesn't bust a fucking brain, like, what do they call it, an aneurysm? Like, it's just so his brain doesn't fucking explode. But that girl who was out there for like a decade, she fucked 50 guys. What does that mean? It means that half the time she had a boyfriend where she's fucking just the boyfriend, and then the other half the time, maybe one time a month or twice a month, after the fucking 19 million cocks trying to jam in her, she went home because she's horny, okay? About 1 million times less than you would do. But the point being is this: you don't know what is in the girl's head. You don't know what she wants. You don't know what turns her on. You have no idea. And there is so much weird shit that turns women on. A great book about this is called My Secret Garden by Nancy Friday. And some of the weirder shit, which is not the realm that I have explored personally, would be things like girls talking about fantasies of spreading peanut butter on their vagina and having the dog lick it off. Or some of it would be shit that you should not indulge in, but there's a lot of like rape fantasy in there, which is a fantasy that they actually want, okay? So that's a no. But a lot of women have fantasies like that. Why would a woman have a fantasy like that? Why is that, okay, again, a fantasy, not reality. But why a girl might have a fantasy like that is because it's like, this fucking hot, attractive man is like fucking looking at her, and he sees her on his way to work, and he's just like, you know, and he just like fucking, and like fucking that 2 hours that she spent getting ready, he notices it, and he's just fucking looking at her, and then one day he fucking loses his fucking mind. And again, it's not like the fucking creepy old hairy fat guy with a mask, it's the hot guy, and she wants him anyway, but you know, and then he just fucking loses his fucking mind, he just does it, right? And he just overpowers her, and it's not her fault. And again, a lot of girls have guilt about being a slut. You follow this? A girl has guilt about being a slut. So then it took away her guilt, so she didn't feel guilty about it, and then it's just like overwhelming, right? Like things like that, right? If you try that, you'll go to prison for 25 years and get raped yourself. But you know, but that's some things that women could have in their mind, right? You could like fulfill that like with a girlfriend who's your girlfriend already, and she might like that. Things like dominant submission. What's the most popular, hottest book on the planet right now?
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, right? And that I've only read like the first chapter out of it, and I've heard about it from girls. But it's like the guy's like a control freak. From what I read in the first chapter, I don't even know what the deal is. Like he's like some kind of a control freak, and you know, it's like she wins over this like powerful man who's like a dominant, and she's different, and like all that kind of stuff. Like a lot of fantasies about like this guy who like fucks everything that moves or is like powerful, and she changes him, and because she's fucking different, and he notices, you know, things like that. Or extreme dominance. Also, some girls like guys that are submissive. That's not me. But, you know, some girls like that. Like, I have no doubt. I can see it off girls that I meet out. I don't like them. But I respect them because, hey, they know what they want. So all good. I respect anybody for knowing what they want. You know, girls, some of them want to, a lot of girls, like, biggest thing is they just want to get fucked at the end of the night of partying. That's massive. Just like get fucking party their fucking ass off, have super fun. It's just like a way to end the night. There's all sorts of different fantasies that women have. And like I said, you have no idea what is in that girl's head. But when you go out long enough, you'll see it. You'll sense it, because like you might have an experience where you grab a girl's wrist and you just see her like look down, and she just looks down, you grab her wrist, she's just like this, right? And then you're like, let's see what this is about. Let's explore this. You know, you grab it a bit tighter, and she's like, fuck you, right? And you're like, yeah? She's like, you fucking bitch. You know, like to you know, or call you like a faggot or something like that. Like if a girl do that to me, and she's like, you're a fucking faggot. I'm like, bitch. She's like, you think you're all that, huh? I'm like, shut up. Fuck you. You know, right? And then she just starts making out with me and drag me home. You know, I've had experience like that. Or like, and this is like a really like weird area where like a girl will grab me and start fucking slapping me and shit. And I'm like, what? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hey, what you gonna do? Do it again. And the girl's like, nah, right? And then she started making out with me, and then again, drag me home, fuck me. It's crazy. I've had shit like that happen. I have mountains of shit. You guys should see the fucking litany of shit that's happened to me in this. It's crazy shit. Here, last time I was in Austin, I'm fucking dragging home this flight stewardess, and she just like makes eye contact with this other girl, and it looks like some fucking National Geographic shit. It's incredibly hot. And they just like make eye contact, and then like I'm about to take this girl home, so like, and I don't know if like I like this or dislike it, because I'm about to get laid, and she looks at this other girl, and they lock eyes, and she fucking shoves me off after being on me. I've already had my finger in her too. And shoves me off, starts making out with this other girl. I'm just dog shit at this point. And then the whole fucking street starts like converging. This was here in Austin. It's probably on 6th Street somewhere, but I can't remember because it's like, you know, Austin, you don't know where the fuck you are, but like when you're partying. But it's like, the fucking street starts to converge, right? And like, I'm the kind of guy where like, I just think shit like that is so beautiful, I don't want to get in the way. Like, it's like, just let that happen. Like, the world is better for that, and it's just beautiful, and like, I just want to let that, like, I don't want to get in the way of that, because what all guys fucking do when girls do that is like, they're making something beautiful for all the guys, and guys are like, oh yeah, can I be the third wheel? Yeah, you know, right? So it's like, I don't know if like I want to be that guy, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I did have my finger in her. I mean, I feel that's fair enough. This is fair enough. So I'm like, all right, I'll test the water. You know, I'll just dip my head in there and see what happens. I dip my head in there. And sure enough, the fucking stewardess like just fucking grabs me. I'm making out with her, I'm making out with the girl, and this motherfucker's like fucking videotaping. There's like fucking tapes and shit. I probably put this shit up on YouTube. Some motherfucker put up a tape of this. There was so many fucking phones out and shit. And you know, I'm just like making out with these girls. It's crazy, dude. I never felt so cool. And that's the best thing with threesomes, by the way. It's the best thing about a threesome is not the threesome. It's the day after when you walk down the street with a girl, and then like people look at you and they're like, huh, two hot girls, right? And then these with this, and then they see like, then I'll start to make out with one, you know, and then I'll like turn to make out with the other, and they all start to make out, and just people are like, holy shit, holy shit. That's the best part, okay? That's the best part, and they feel so bad about themselves, and you feel so good about yourself, and like all the like bad emotions that they feel about themselves gets turned into how good you feel about yourself, and it's just like this, like it's like an emotional like transfer. Like it's just like they feel terrible, you feel good, and it's just the way the world should be. It's super cool. And again, if you want to learn that, just try to get girls. Just explore it with girls. Explore with them. What do you like? Just get, you know, explore girls' fantasy with them. Talk about it. Be non-judgmental. 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 So, yeah. And the thing with that, non-judgmental. Why is that? Because if the girl sends the slightest judgment off you, that slightest little, I need my beta male narrative. Please lie to me. Fill my cup with lies. Fill it with lies. 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 Okay. If you do that shit, that girl will fucking lie her ass off to you. She'll lie her fucking yeah. You think your hot girlfriend is telling you the truth? She's lying to you, sir. You're being lied to, sir. You know, I'm the kind of guy where I'll fuck the sluts, but I'm only gonna marry the nice one in the end. Translation. I get laid, probably not even that much, because the fact I have that attitude means I don't get laid that much, but I'm telling myself that I will. And then when I find some girl who doesn't intimidate me, I'll marry her and allow her to lie to me. Thank you. That's the translation. Okay, that's the motherfucking translation. The funny thing is, dude, if I put, like, I fucking pimp versions before and shit, it is so whack, it is so fucking lame. Virgin chicks, oh my fucking God, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. It is so bad, okay? Who here's ever slept with a virgin? Starfish, Are we married now? No. You my husband? No. Check out my channel, RST Tyler. Call me, girl. I'm just fucking around. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, guys, they think that there's like this weird fucking thing, like, I want the virgin who also is super fucking vixen in bed. She knows how to suck cock and deep throat me, you know. She learned it at church. They should do that. They should teach, you know what, there'd be more, they should teach that shit at church for your husband, you know what I'm saying? That actually helped at church. But, no, it would, for real though. It seriously would. Okay, getting back on it. So, yeah, like that experience in Austin here, right? So I was making out with those girls, and yeah, it was cool. It was super cool. And then I was like, I kind of got fucking cold feet actually, because the other girl was trying to, because that other girl don't give a fuck about me. I'm the fucking third wheel. The stewardess kind of liked me. The other girl didn't give a fuck. So I should, you know, a lot of people say try for the threesome, but I don't think that girl was having it. So I just dragged that girl home. When I dragged that girl home, she tried to get me fucked without a condom. Isn't that interesting? Now, I then asked, are you on the pill? And she said, no, here's what I said, I don't have a condom on me. We need to go to the gas station. She's like, ugh, whatever, right? I'm like, nah, we're gonna go to the fucking gas station. We're gonna get the fucking pill, or we're gonna get not the pill, a condom. She's like, whatever, right? And I was like, are you even on the pill? And she's like, whatever, right? And I was like, do you have a boyfriend? She's like, whatever. And I was like, you would let me get you fucking pregnant and raise the kid as your own? And she goes, you look like him, he's not gonna know, whatever. I'm just like, give me the fucking pill. I took the wrong pill. Plug me back in the matrix. Can't take it. Plug me back in the matrix. Plug me back in the matrix. You know, so it's like, yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, but you don't know what's up. Yeah, that motherfucker has no idea what his fucking girlfriend's into. If he did threesomes with her, she'd probably be a lot more satisfied. But I bet you that dude ain't doing nothing like that with her. He's just fucking drinking his beer, playing his Xbox, and farting. And he has no idea what the fuck is in these girls' heads. These men have no idea what is in their fucking woman's head. And it's your job to learn. It's your job, sir, to learn what is in your woman's head. What fucking weird shit is going on in there, okay? That weird fucking couple pounds of fucking human fucking flesh that's up there in her skull. You need to investigate what the fuck is going on up there, okay? You need to find out. And it's in your advantage to find out. Yeah, so you truly have no idea. But yeah, women can be in all sorts of shit. And it's amazing to see 50 Shades of Grey and the phenomenon that it's become, and just to realize how stifled in women are, how fucked up they are over sex because guys are so fucking lame, and how much men have ruined sex for women and how much guys just fucking suck. So take advantage of that. Read books like that. Learn what's in there. Great thing about that first chapter of 50 Shades of Grey was just seeing the sexual tension and seeing what the girl's noticing and seeing how like she's noticing the way he's looking at her, the way he's like holding back. He's making her curious. He's building intrigue. He's going cold sometimes, like fucking cold, and making her want the warmth back, creating contrast with her, right? Just things about him. And compare that to the average guy's approach to getting laid where it's just like, can I put it in? I want to fuck. Yeah. You know, the average guy, right? Versus like the woman, like the building of tension and like what she's noticing, and consider how to incorporate that, right? I think a lot of women, it's like the way they feel, they're so frustrated because guys don't get it. It's like, imagine if you can watch a full movie whenever you want, anytime that you want to. And the other half of the human species only gets to see the end of the movie once in a while. So you can see the end of the movie anytime you want, right? And the other half of the species only gets to see it once in a while. So you're with this girl, and she's like, can we watch the ending like right now? And you're like, look, the thing that makes the ending significant, the thing that makes the ending exciting is the buildup, right? So there's this fucking crazy buildup, there's tension, highs and lows, emotional spikes, you're getting attached, you don't know what's gonna happen, and then the fucking crazy ending happens, and it's out of control. Oh my fucking God, right? But imagine you just see the ending. You don't know what the fuck that was about. You know shit. You know, it's like, say you just watch the ending of Star Wars. It's like, you just see the last 3 minute fucking Luke Skywalker blasts out of this fucking ship, it blows up, and it's like, yeah! That's the ending. You're like, what the fuck is that? You know, like the ending of The Matrix, you know what I'm saying, right? Ending of the fucking Matrix, like what was that shit? He sees the code, right? He sees the fucking code, right? The thing that's amazing about The Matrix, like, he's like a regular guy like you, man, working a fucking shit job, you know? And it's like, and then it's like he notices there's something else about the world, and he like he goes on this journey of inner discovery, and he realizes there is no fucking spoon, right? There is no spoon, and he see, you know, and he sees this, and it's like, right, and then his powers start to come out. His powers are coming out, right? And you just see, and he sees that the fucking bad guy comes, and he's on the fucking phone, and the guy shoots the phone. And what was it? And then, and then he's like, he's been running, right? They've always been taught you have to run from the agents. But fucking Neo, he's not gonna run this time, right? He fucking looks at that agent, he's not gonna fucking run, right? And Trinity's like, oh my God, oh my fucking God, run Neo, run, right? And fucking Lawrence Fishburne, who's now a fat old guy, back then he was jacked as shit. He's fucking badass back then. He looks at him, he's like, no. He's starting to believe, right? And you're like, oh my God, oh my God. He's starting to believe. Neo's starting to believe, right? And you fucking see the shit, right? And they have the fucking end fight and shit. And then that fucking Anderson fucking weird guy who's also in Lord of the Rings, he sees Neo, and Neo just fucking looks at him, he fucking takes shots at him, and he sees it, and then you look at Neo, and he sees the fucking code. He sees the code of the Matrix right now. He sees this shit. Oh my God, Neo sees the fucking code. He sees the code, right? And then he fucking beats the shit out of that motherfucker, puts his fucking head in his fucking chest. Like that, right? and he fucking beats the shit out of this motherfucker, blows him apart, and then he flies away after threatening them on the phone like a fucking badass. Rage Against the Machine comes on. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da. Ah! 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 You go to your friends. Holy fucking shit! Did you see that shit? Oh my God! What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? But see, what a guy wants to do is like, yo, let's check out this shit little fight code thing at the end. And then it's just like, that's it, right? And so imagine if, shaking the water. Okay, so imagine if like, you're a girl, like what does a girl want, right? She likes to go out. She wants the party, the crazy. Like, which guy am I gonna get? Oh my God, is he cute? Are you gonna go home with him? I don't know. You know, right? And it's like, I don't know. He said this. What does it mean? What does it mean? Right? And then it's like, he's inviting us for dinner. Is he just trying to fuck? I mean, I know he just wants to fuck me, but I mean, he says it's just for dinner. Maybe he likes me. What does it mean? Right? And then it's like, go for dinner. And then she brings him back. Is she gonna fuck him? I don't know. All this kind of shit, right? And he's cute and he says the right things. He pushes a button the right way. And she gets horny. No, I shouldn't do it. I'm not a slut. No, you can't. I'm not giving it to you, mister. Right? And it's like, no, right? And then, oh, and that's what, But that's a fucking girl's experience, right? But a guy's just like, yo, let me get that pussy, girl. Let me get that pussy, right? She's like, I don't know. No. Just take your time. The guy's like, yo, I ain't got time, girl. I need that pussy. Come on, give me that fucking pussy, right? Because like, you don't get it. It's not about that. It's about the emotions. You know what I'm saying, right? And the thing is, like, you as a guy, if you were watching a fucking movie and you can see the end of the movie whenever you want. You just press play. That's a girl with sex. She can get sex whenever she wants. Okay? The lowliest troll can go get laid faster than the biggest fucking pimp in here. She'll go from girl to girl to girl. They've done science studies on this shit. You can see it on YouTube and shit. Prank channels fucking show this shit. Guys just walk up, wanna fuck? Girl's like, no. Wanna fuck? Girl's like, no, right? Fucking like ugly chicks like, will you fuck? The guy's like, what? She's like, no, I wanna fuck. Seriously? Oh, so seriously? Oh, yes. Can we do it? Oh. Ooh, okay, right? You gotta see that guy motherfucker's pissed. That fucking guy's pissed. But she's like, it was just a prank. And he's like, oh, okay, sorry, man. Sorry. Sorry. You know, so it's like girls, they can see the end of the movie, right? So for them, like, again, what you think of as emotions or what you think of as a turn on, you don't know what the girl's turn on is. You don't know. But she wants the full experience.